from so many around the world, and even a lot of those that you have shared here since you started on Monday. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Pastor Aswan, good to see you. Good to see you. And many of you, of course, I recognize a lot of you. Yeah, there you are. Pastor Lynn, how are you? Good to see you. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you all very much. You may be seated. You've been having a great time, and I've been following myself, watching the amazing testimonies, listening to the exhortations, and of course the music has been beautiful as well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tonight is a very special one, and the many who are joining us in the churches, especially because today, being a Wednesday, we have church services in many parts of the world. Some, of course, because of the time difference, maybe having the services later on. But I'm glad you are with us right now. You can always share with others who will join later on. Rhapsody of Realities is a special material given to us by God. When you understand what's happened with Rhapsody, you realize it's not the work of a man, it's the work of God. There are things that God does in every generation, and sometimes once in many generations. And when those things happen, it's important that we recognize them and find our place. Do we have a role to play in such a thing? Are we just spectators at that point? Do we just watch? Or did God bring us into that time and age for a special reason? Those questions are important. What's our role? And how significant might that role be? For example, a few days before Jesus was crucified, a woman broke her box of ointment on Jesus. It was very expensive. And his disciples, remember, they were young men. These guys were in their late 20s and early 30s. So they understood the times. And one of them, Judas Iscariot, recognized the perfume. And he said, that's a designer's perfume. He said, it's expensive. No one needed to tell him that it was expensive. He knew it. And the Bible says he convinced the other disciples that this was a bad thing to allow this woman waste this on Jesus when we could have sold it and gotten more money to help the poor. But then the Bible tells us he didn't say that because he loved the poor, but he said it because he was the treasurer and kept the money. And that oftentimes he stole from the bag. So he only said this so he could have more money to control and steal from.
But the important thing was what Jesus said, the master's response. When Judas convinced the other disciples, they went to the woman and said, you should have kept this thing and instead of wasting it the way you just did. Now you don't belong to them. Now they're legislating on how it should have been used. We could have sold it and gotten more money from it. And then Jesus said, why are you troubling the woman? She's done a good thing. He said, the poor you will always have with you, but you don't have me always. What she has done now, he said, I tell you, everywhere this gospel shall be preached, it will be spoken of for a memorial. Wow. Did she know how significant that was? Jesus said, what she did had to do with my burial. They didn't know that. They were just thinking about today. They didn't know how significant the woman's action was. That's remarkable. Remarkable. It pays to know your place in time. It pays. Mordecai said the same thing to Esther. She had found a place in the palace. She was now married to the king. But her people, the Jews, were in danger of extermination. Mordecai sent a message to her. You can't be quiet now. You can't be quiet now. Who knows if you are come into the kingdom for such a time as this. It's saying to her, maybe God brought you into the palace,
the king's place, for a time like this. God planned your presence because he knew something terrible will be happening. Then she made up her mind. She realized this may just be it.